Hello, I'm Mabel Garces, and I'm here to give my video presentation on the essay I did on entering dystopias and the topic being settings. The five books I've chosen are Stung, Witch and Wizard, All Summer in a Day, The Ones Who Walk Away from a Mollusk, and Repent Holly Quinn Said the TikTok Man. To start, the similarities I see would be most likely in Stung and the ones who walk away from a mollusk, because both of them, for their society to work, they had to have sacrifice. Pretty much in the ones who walk away from a mollusk, they sacrificed a child to get their prosperity, their education, to get their agriculture, everything they need. They had that because they had to sacrifice the happiness of a child in order to get all that. Nobody knows if it's because of religious reasons or they really made a deal with the god for all that. But they pretty much are in a city and nobody leaves because they think that their happiness and everything they need is right there, and they can't get rid of their system. They have the child because they think that they'll lose all that if they give the child anything, any freedom or any happiness. Pretty much it's a world or a city versus like what's the out in the outside. The same concept could be seen in Stung too, because in there they built a city and they have like the younger generation are all turned into beasts, almost like zombies, but they're alive. And nobody could pretty much everybody is safe within the walls. The thing for of that is that the thing there is the sacrifice is that they found a cure. They know a way to like fix all the beasts, but the political system, the man in charge, did not want that to go through because he would lose the control he has in the city. If a cure is found, then people could leave the city, leave his control, and he did not want that. He prefers like the outside world of the walls to be in anarchy, to be out of control, and to like be pretty much hell for anybody who like tries to leave. Um, my next would be my next comparison would be Witch and Wizard and Repent Harley Quinn Said the TikTok Man. Because in both of those, it's a dystopia of getting the. It's a dystopia of control, totalitarian almost. And they're like in Harlequin, people are controlled by time. Mostly a figure called the TikTok man who is in charge of all the time people have, how long they could live, how like their schedules, how they can't get like they can't go even a minute late. Everybody has to live how he wants their schedules to be, how the system has to be. In Witch and Wizard, there's no creativity. Pretty much everybody has to, like, all the children have to be regulated, and all the parents have to make sure that their children develop no creativity, no thoughts of creativity, no music, no literature, no art. Pretty and like the reason for that one is because in creativity there's magic, and the witches and wizards of this world pretty much can't control the magic even though they're rare. The dictator there, pretty much the one who is the one, wants to make sure that magic's limited so nobody would overthrow him if there ever were any witches and wizards left. And pretty much the concept there is rebellion. Both of them are go with rebellion against the systems. For the first one, Harlequin goes against the TikTok man, making people waste time and overcoming the system, messing up the system, and pretty much there he made people try to realize that if they become slaves to time, there's really no enjoying their lives. He does pranks, he does like harmless jokes, but they make people waste time. And but at the same time they're laughing as it rains jelly beans, and people are enjoying themselves until they realize that they are like miss 7 minutes of like going home. They miss 7 minutes from their shopping time, and pretty much in the end he like did mess up the system enough that it looks like the story was told in a way that it was in the past, and maybe the setting changed now that in the current time of the story, that they pretty much could be like happier or like don't have to live in that restrictive system anymore. For Witch and Wizard, uh, pretty much it's kind is really a dystopia that goes against children, goes against their rebellion, and pretty much the main characters, Wit and Wit and Wisty, pretty much are the one of the few witches and wizards left, and they're the only ones who could go against the one who is the one. And what he wants is to control them, to like get them on his side or kill them if he can't get what he wants from them. It's a story of like full control and pretty much trying to like break free from the control and like be creative, not to be like go not to go and be controlled by something and become like part of a group, like part of a white no, pretty much being part of the mold. Um, and the last one, All Summer in a Day, could be like the most different one of all of them, because that one it has to involve like people colonizing Venus and going to and from there. And for that story, it's pretty much the told in the setting of a classroom with children, and the children there are pretty much they never seen the sun before because it's always raining, and because of that they feel envious of the girl who came from Earth, and because she knew about the sun, she felt the sun, but none of them wanted to believe her when she tries to describe what the sun is or what the sun was like. um to them, they saw the sun like a fairy tale almost, something that's supposed to be magical. They described it as a flower or a penny, and for them, they like when they finally experienced the sun and experienced that one day they could have the sun, they like knew what the girl's loss was when she had to move to Venus. They felt the happiness and grief all in one day, all summer in a day, of like not being able to experience that again in a long while. Um, in that story, like you could tell that people live like underground or so, because it mentioned that they're in tunnel systems. So to avoid the rain, they must be going like running around underground in Venus, and like sometimes going up having fun in the rain, but at the same time they don't experience the sun like as much. Um, Out of all of them, I would say my favorite would be Repent Harlequin Said the TikTok Man, because the setting is very unique in that sense, and because it's against time. But here, time is almost personified as a figure. The people there live in like this system that they have to be content with, even though it's unfair, and they don't go against it. But at the same time, the TikTok man is seen like a figure that wants total control, but at the same time almost childish with the way he interacts with Harlequin. pretty much gives you like a sense of if this system is fair, being under the control of a figure is who would like instead of killing Harley Quinn, he would rather like have him jailed until he admits, even though it would be a lie. And at the end, he himself lost time because he was in a petty argument with Harley Quinn. It was a bit of an irony right there, and shows how the system can't be as perfect as they want it to be. To finish off, my sources are Stung by Bethany Wiggins, published in 2013. Witch and Wizard by James Patterson, published in 2009. All Summer in a Day by Ray Bradbury, 1954. The Ones Who Walk Away from Omalas by Ursula K. Le Guin, that's published in 1973. And finally, Repent Harley Quinn Said the TikTok Man by Harlan Ellison, published in 1965. Thank you for listening. Bye. I hope you have a great day.